Blue 80!
Blue 80!
Blue 80! 180!
180! Green 80, son!
Rolling left, Rogers gets by Griffin, takes it himself.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Ben Twan. We are here with the Monday Blitz. And what the Monday Blitz is I'm going to get you up to date with some cool articles that we're just going to dive in real quick, and we're going to talk about. I've already gone through this. We've highlighted some cool sections of this. Today, we are talking the state of Tezos staking. This is taking a look under the hood to see what's going on with Tezos. Some of you have probably heard about this project. It's been around for a few years. It is growing day by day. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So for those of you who didn't know, Tezos has a proof of stake staking concept behind it all, which pretty much means that you just earn interest when you store your Tezos in a particular fashion. So that's called staking. So the quick little intro here, Tezos is a proof of stake blockchain with 2-year history of active participation. Today in July 2020, there are around 440 active validators and 56K delegators on the Tezos network. So we're going to get into that difference between validators and delegators. It's pretty much a big conglomerate here of people that like to store their Tezos here. So staking in Tezos, we're going to kind of highlight some of these main points for you, is Tezos uses a distinctive form of staking called liquid proof of stake, which separates participants in two groups: block validators, which are also known as the bakers, and the delegators. While bakers have to lock in or freeze deposits to encourage honest behavior, delegators can freely spend and redelegate their coins. Thus, coins always stay under a delegator's control. So very important specification there between the delegators and the validators, which are also the bakers. So what's delegated is merely the right that is attached to coins. It defines the staking power of a baker, also known as rolls. The more rolls a baker owns relative to network-wide rolls, the more blocks they can bake or validate for rewards. In addition to rewards, bakers can earn transaction fees from blocks, but those are too low to really matter right now. So another quick little highlight, a common misconception about Tezos is that all stake coins are out of circulation. They cannot move or be sold on the next block. In fact, only bakers, deposits, fees, and rewards for past 14 days are locked/frozen. Together, all 442 currently active Tezos bakers manage 16.2% of their own capital and receive 63.8% in delegations. So quick little stat chart here. So on the Tezos network, this breaks down everything you need to know in regards to what's being delegated, what's being baked, who's doing what, who's doing, this, that, and the other. And if you want to dive into the numbers, you can. I will post the link to this article so you can do a little bit deeper dive. I'm trying to give you the cursory highlights here. So to have a greater chance to earn rewards, bakers compete for roles. This puts delegations into the spotlight. Bakers have to leverage their capital to successfully attract and bind new delegators and receive more roles. Long-lasting baker delegation relations thus play a key role as a competitive advantage for bakers. Tezos baker delegator relationship insights. So now we're going to dive into this. Talks about the relationship between the bakers and the delegators, what's going on behind the scenes, the divorces that happen, all that kind of stuff. A lot of me just being kind of a novice into the Tezos ecosystem, I did not really understand the back end of all this very much. And this did help clarify what's going on. But as a Tezos owner, you don't really have to dive this deep into it. This is really getting into the weeds and breaking down, statistics of the lifespan of a relationship between the bakers and delegators. At the end of the day, I think it's just important to understand to not keep your Tezos on an exchange, i.e. Coinbase, a staking element to it. However, the coins are still on the exchange. So if Coinbase got hacked, your coins are at risk. So there are other wallets out there where you can securely store your Tezos and stake at the same time. Long story short here, let's get into the Tezos Baker Delegator relationship insights. So Delegator's growth in Tezos has been reaching new peaks almost every month. Currently around 80% of the entire Tezos supply and 56K accounts participate in staking. So this represents the growth of about 300% since May 2019, and the highest staking ratio of all proof of stake networks at the time of this posting. So you can see Tezos has been at this staking concept for a while. I know other cryptos out there do this. Tezos is with the original. They were the OG stakers. And I think their concept is really interesting regarding how it's all done. So staking creates a powerful social bond between bakers and delegators that goes far beyond the technical aspects of a blockchain system. Bakers have to first earn the attention and then continuously build a trust relation with delegators. Delegators, on the other hand, expect to receive staking rewards on a regular basis, but may switch to different baker at any point in time for any reason. So it is a very free moving environment where if somebody doesn't like, what they're getting rewarded, then they can jump to the next one. So that's kind of the cool part about it, is there's no really entanglement where you are getting locked in and you gotta hold your assets in a certain place. You can move it around to what you see best fits for your portfolio. So we're currently witnessing the largest delegator growth so far, with an all-time high in May 2020 of about 7.5K. This is 10 times the growth we saw in the low of last September. So we're going to get into this chart here. As you can see here on the y-axis, delegator growth. So these are in the thousands, it looks like. And then we have the month join. And so this year, on fire. Some of the biggest months, we're talking February, May, June, and I'm sure July was in there as well. So delegator growth is growing at a very rapid pace. If we look back to, let's see, last year, very low. A little uptick there. It looks like that was in 2018 in the summer months. So maybe the heat has something to do with it. When we look to the next figure, we're going to look at the churn rate, a common metric that tracks how many customers stop using a product over a specific time period. In our case, churn expresses the rate at which delegators leave their current baker each month. Churn also implicitly tells us how long delegators remain loyal. In other words, how quick bakers need to find new delegators to stay in business. Very, very interesting. So we're going to look at this chart, the next chart that we have here. So the churn percentage, this is the divorce rate they were talking about in the month join. So this looks like this was July of 2018. So you can see, for whatever reason, that month we had a huge churn rate. I don't know what was going on with the ecosystem then, but you can see it's kind of cyclical. It goes up and down, ebbs and flows. And we're going to move on here to figure 3. From all delegators who broke up, early backers experienced the longest lasting relations with over 150 days on average. Early backers are clearly the most patient. In younger generations, this number seems to be steadily decreasing. Today's breakups happen much more rapidly and increasingly even before first rewards are paid out. So in order to start getting your rewards with Tezos, you have to hold it in a certain place. I think it's for 14 days. So it's a patience game, folks. Tezos is a patience game. And right now, today, I think Tezos jumped up to around 306 from 265 last week. So huge pump this week. I think it's risen just about 20%. But Tezos is a patience game. It's like, the way I see it, it's like putting your money in the bank, except you're getting a higher interest rate. And some of their, I guess, algorithms do account for inflation. So that staking does play into a part of that. And that's what's going on there. So in figure 4 here, we're going to digest the staking duration. So the ratio of average staking duration of disloyal delegators to maximum potential staking time. So you can see here, the average staking duration disloyal delegators has gone down, but the average staking duration for disloyal delegators has gone up. So what this is saying is that when we look at this chart, the ratio of average staking duration by disloyal delegators has gone up. On to figure 5. But in the most recent generation, early breakups increased significantly. In May 2020, the trend hit an all-time high at a startling 37%. This should be concerning to the Tezos community, as it clearly shows that more recent delegators do not fully understand the intricacies of the protocol, or simply just don't care. So I don't know why the more recent adopters of Tezos feel like they got to kind of jump around from delegator to delegator. Maybe it could be security, that they feel like by moving it around, they're less prone to breaches or hacks. I don't know what the reason is for that. But it's interesting to see how people are reacting here as the older people who have adopted, the early adopters of Tezos seem to be kind of locked in, and the new people are kind of jumping around. So that's, I think, what figure 4 is showing us here. But we are going to dive in. It's the impatient delegators here in figure 5. What this is saying is that the impatient delegators, the percentage of them are up. So as you can see, this is it looks like 2019 and 2018 here. And then as soon as we kind of jump into 2020, people are moving around. They're shaking and moving. You can see up here, it's like they said, close to 30%, almost every month there. So one last question remains. What do loyal delegators do with their rewards? To answer this question, we split delegators into 2 groups: accumulators with a steady increasing balance who never spend their original stake nor their rewards, and opportunists who from time to time sell off stake. Out of all active delegators with a balance larger than 1 Tez, the vast majority of 31K are accumulators and only 12K are opportunists. So what that is telling us is that the people that are the accumulators are the people that are just holding on to it and just sitting on their investment, which is probably a good idea. Then you have the opportunists, are the people that are maybe looking for the quick buck, who are getting their rewards and just kind of cashing out on the rewards every so often. So that's what that is they're breaking down the delegators into accumulators and the opportunists. So this chart here is going to break that down. This is the balance and change behavior of accounts of cohorts joined at a certain month. So percentage of delegates here, you can see the blue is the opportunists, the purple are the accumulators. The accumulators are the people that are holding on to it. The blue ones are opportunists, people trying to sell real quick, and the rewards flipping it. All right. So in summation, an increasing share of Tezos delegators is showing considerable confidence in their respective bakers and network overall. As staking activity grows, the number of less knowledgeable delegators is rising, which leads to increased early breakups and higher than necessary churn. What's more important is that we as a community have to embrace the fact that Tezos forms social relations on top of the technical system. So what's the big takeaway from this article? Big takeaway is that there is actually something behind the scenes going on with Tezos, and that is the relationships between the bakers and the delegators. So if you want to dive deeper into this, there's tons of articles. This article actually has something cool at the end of it. If you scroll down here, it can kind of calculate some earnings for you. So you can check out, like, if you invested in, let's see here, let's go down to Tezos. And let's just say we had 1,000 Tezos. All right. And it kind of breaks down your monthly earning, your weekly earning, your daily earning, your yearly earning, all that kind of stuff in Tezos and in US dollars. I thought that was pretty cool. And this website, stakingrewards.com, has a few other articles that looks really cool. Staking investment case, how will DeFi and staking merge? So if you're looking for more information, go to stakingrewards.com. I hope this was informative. I hope this gave you some little nuggets of knowledge today. But this was our Monday Blitz, brought to you by CryptoLiveLeak. We are going to be throwing this at you every Monday early in the week, trying to give you a hot little article to read into. I'm going to give you the curse review in minutes, and I hope you enjoyed. Until next Monday, boom, over and out.
Blue poncho. Monday.
Play will be successful or not. You see people on the ground on the backside of runs.